He wasn't born to fight for survival. He was born at the top, and yet fate decided to put him to the test. Noble Reincarnation begins with a simple yet brutally powerful idea. A man who lived an ordinary life receives a second chance, reincarnating in another world not as just any adventurer, but as someone born already surrounded by privileges, expectations, and dangers. From the very first moment, it's clear that this isn't just a story about power, but about the weight that power carries when it comes even before choice. Reincarnation doesn't erase the past. It accompanies it like a silent shadow, shaping decisions, fears, and ambitions in a new world that observes every step attentively. In this new setting, the protagonist awakens as a prince of a noble family, someone born blessed. These blessings aren't just empty symbols or titles, but real, extraordinary abilities that break the common limits of that world. While others train for years to achieve strength, he grows naturally, as if the world's own system had been programmed to favor him. However, the greater the gift, the sooner conflict arises. Unlimited power brings not only advantage, it awakens envy, fear, and distrust, especially within an environment where politics, succession, and influence are as dangerous as monsters or magic. The work builds its tension by showing that being born strong does not mean being born free. Within the nobility, every gesture carries hidden intentions, and every relationship can conceal a trap. The protagonist must quickly learn that surviving in this world depends not only on brute force, but on emotional reading, patience, and strategic choices. His growth is not only physical or magical, but mental. He observes, calculates, and matures, understanding that his greatest enemy may not be on the battlefield, but sitting at the same table, smiling while planning his next move. Throughout the story, Noble Reincarnation develops a very clear central theme: the contrast between innate talent and responsibility. Having limitless potential does not mean understanding how to use it, nor when to contain it. The protagonist is constantly confronted with decisions that can alter the balance around him, and each advancement reinforces a silent question: to what extent should someone use power that no one else can face? The work doesn't transform the protagonist into a simple symbol of domination, but into someone who needs to learn to coexist with his own power without allowing it to dehumanize him. It is precisely at this point, when the journey ceases to be just about growing up and becomes about choosing who to become, that the story creates its greatest emotional connection. If this narrative is captivating you now, perhaps it's because, deep down, we've all imagined what it would be like to have everything in our favor, and still have to decide what to do with it. If this thought resonated with you, it's worth sticking around, following this journey, and being part of this path along with the channel. In the end, Noble Reincarnation is not just another Isekai about absurd strength. It's a story about imposed destiny, privileges that exact a high price, and the slow construction of someone who needs to learn to walk between absolute power and their own humanity. A journey that grows in intensity, not because of what it destroys, but because of what it chooses to preserve, making it clear that, even in a world where everything seems to be given from birth, the true challenge remains becoming someone worthy of that power.